So what are core templates inside Thrive Theme Builder, and how do you actually work with these? Because a lot of people are asking me, all right, I'm creating blog posts, I'm creating content, but every single time I create new content, it's like my previous post is showing up inside that new blog post, and people are wondering and having all sorts of problems trying to figure out how to work with core templates with Thrive Theme Builder. So let's go over these real quick because it's actually super easy. If you go to Thrive Theme Builder, and I'm in our agency site here. Let me see if I can open this up for you guys to check out. You gotta learn how to differentiate core templates from overall templates. And let's start by actually looking at the definition of what a template is. The preset format for a document or file. And so what this means is that a document is essentially a starting point for us to work on whatever it is that we're creating so that we don't actually have to start from scratch. And so that's essentially what it is for Thrive Themes as well. It's essentially we get to tell Thrive, all right, I want to create a new piece of content, but I don't want to have to start the design from scratch. I want my template functionality to be there for me as I create new pieces of content. And these new pieces of content can be in the format of pages, they could be blog posts, they could be video posts, they could be audio posts, they could be anything, right? And so if I go to my core templates here, for example, Thrive's wording is a little confusing here. It says used to display individual posts, pages, and it is true to an extent, but this is not the place for you to be creating new blog posts and new pages. Here is where we're actually going to edit the design for our future blog posts and our future pages that we're going to be creating. And let me just open these up real quick. And there are a few exceptions. For example, for our main homepage, we do actually build the entire homepage within our core template. And the reason why we do this is because our homepage is not going to be sharing any sort of design elements across the rest of the site, right? Our main homepage is a very specific landing page. It is the page where people are going to go to right off the bat as they visit our website, and therefore it's kind of its own unique little place. And the same thing happens with the blog page, right? Our blog page is going to be kind of its own very unique little place because it's where people get to go on our site and pick and choose which blog post they want to read, right? If you think about it in terms of the New York Times, for example, the New York Times is what we would consider our blog page because it's where all of our news get listed and people get to pick which one they want to read. So those two types of pages you do want to build within your core templates. Now, for blog posts and for default pages, like for example your contact page or your about page or your portfolio page, you don't want to build the actual page within your core template. What you want to do within your core template is essentially build the foundation of the page, essentially telling Thrive what kind of header you're going to be using for these sort of pages, what kind of footer you're going to be using for these sort of pages. Are you going to have a top section, a bottom section? And let me just open some of these up real quick for you guys. So if I go to my default post design, for example, here you're going to see that none of the actual posts are built within the core template. And if I open up one of our blog posts here, for example, while you should start working on a Facebook Messenger list right away, you're going to see that there's content in here, right? We've got a title, we've got our featured image in the background, we've got the actual content, we've got a footer, we don't have a bottom section, and we've got a comment section here, and we've got our share buttons here. Now, if you take a look at the actual template, I can't actually edit the content within my core template because I didn't create this content inside my core template. What I did is I actually created a regular blog post inside my WordPress posts section. But I didn't actually create the content within my core template. And that's exactly how you're supposed to treat content pieces with Thrive Theme Builder. What I did create within my core template is I told Thrive, all right, you're going to insert in my top section, you're going to have text here, which is going to be dynamic, and it's going to pull up my post date. Here, you're going to have some more dynamic text, and it's going to pull up my post title. This is going to be the actual post content, and we're going to have these share buttons here. And we're going to have at the bottom of each blog post, we're going to have this "You may also like" section, which includes just some more recent blog posts. We're going to have our comment section for each post and our regular footer. But as I was saying, the actual post content I didn't create within my core template, because if I were to actually create and insert in here a text element, maybe just a regular text element at the top here, this piece of text, whatever piece of text I add in inside my core template, it's going to get displayed across all of my blog posts, which I obviously don't want. If tomorrow I'm going to be crafting up a piece on how to, I don't know, how to build nice footers and headers for your website, I don't want my piece of text that pertains to this blog post to show up in tomorrow's post, right? That's why you don't include and you don't build pieces of content within your template section. Your templates only serve as foundations for the actual content. It is what you get to, like I'm saying, you get to tell Thrive what foundations are going to get displayed across all of your blog posts and all of your pages. And so that's how you actually would do it, right? And if I were to create a new post here, and I'm just going to call it a test, and I save this as a draft, and I preview the blog post. Here I get to actually see that, all right, I didn't set a featured image, which is why nothing's showing up here, because I'm using a dynamic image that feeds the top section with whatever featured image I'm using. There's the post title, post date. There's no content because I didn't actually type in any text in here. And so here's my most recent blog posts, comment section, but it's an empty post because I didn't actually build the blog post in here. And I particularly like using the WordPress default editor, but you could just you could also create the post using Thrive Architect. That is an option. You can do that. And the same applies to pages. Is that if you were to create a page and you want to create a contact page, for example, you don't create a template for a contact page. Templates are used to, again, I'm repeating myself a lot, but they're used to create foundations for your pages. They're basic design elements and basic functionalities for your pages and your posts that you want to display on all of your pages and all of your posts. And you can create as many templates as you want. For example, I typically create a dark page template that uses like dark tones and dark shadows. And I typically also create a bright template for brighter pages that want to be where I want to be using more vivid colors. And you can create as many templates as you want. But the important thing to get out of this video is that you don't build your content within the core template section. The only instances where you actually do that is in the homepage and in your blog page. And of course, the Error 404 page or your archives page, but it doesn't necessarily the case either. But yeah, hopefully this video helps. I've seen a lot of people run into this problem. So yeah, just drop in the comments any questions that you may have. I'll try to help you guys out as much as possible. Thank you.